jungle.
I just have one question left, and then we'll throw the prelims and COEs as again efficiency. Your intro brief. I'm intentionally giving a price solution. The commitment to innovation is exhibited by redefining investigative communication. Strong focus on customer interpret where we are.
Emerging technology, we need to look into this technology in a balanced way rather than giving you an yes or no answer to it. Probably I can narrate a different perception how we need to look into it. I started my career with a complete engineering background. I'm a hardcore programmer. No hard feelings. I always feel why we have a testing department in an organization. You always feel the testers are so done, right? They write a line of test case and they keep on executing, working or not, working or not, working or not. So that is my perception as a developer. Then I moved into a management role where I was literally striving for the quality from my team and how important that the quality team is in the organization. Where I was searching for ways how I can equip my team to be more productive, more smarter, and how can they do their job better. That is my perception as a management. And then I started as an entrepreneur where, okay, why are we doing this repetitive work? Do we need so many people doing this? My perception is completely different. Once I become as an entrepreneur. Now you give AI to developer. What they think? Okay, these testers are done. I no longer need any testers. I can use my Gen AI to replace all my testing things. Right? So that's the perception of that guy. So if you give this Gen AI as a tool to your management guy, or when I step into a management role, I feel this is a wonderful tool that I can equip. If I give Gen AI to coming up tomorrow, what is coming up day after tomorrow, it's always evolving, but we need to very carefully, choose where we need to use, how to use these technologies. That's what I feel.
Okay, thanks, Ravi, for that perspective. I would like to ask the same question. There is also another, or maybe the same school of thought, which says, hey, it is a once in a generational or once in a multi-generational inflection point in the history of mankind, which can alter the course of humankind and all that. So we are hearing a lot of things from a lot of people. I think there is a lot of nuance, perspective which is coming out of this discussion and the sessions that have gone by. But what is your personal?
So all my almost 25 years in testing, and then I moved to roles while I'm still passionate for testing. So if AI does everything, whatever human has already built, and summarize or analyze or make it more better, right? But the core of it is all generated by human, right? So in that way, human will never go invalid, right? But then, somebody said, we have to be continuously evolving and look at how do we leverage AI. That's very important because it's for our benefit. I look at a fantastic tool for me to use. I use it. For testing, definitely, if you look at it, definitely you can use it for multiple places, right? Across the life cycle, it can be used. So definitely it is very transformative. It is already there. It is not optional. Even for testers, it's not optional. And it is something which will help us do our job more efficiently. As we see from a testing perspective, the core fundamentals still remain, right? You have to be designing, you have to be creating those test cases, you have to be reporting, you have to be analyzing, all those still remain, right? Even if you have AI coming in. Now it's all about how do we innovate, how do we make it more efficient. That's what we're talking about, right? From an AI standpoint. How do I bring in efficiency across this life cycle? How do I maybe solve some of those problems which I'm not able to solve myself, right? Many times, when we four key principles. One is how do I simplify, right? How do I simplify efficiency and reaching your outcomes is what I would say is important.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Somebody said, I don't want to use AI. I would not agree because I think it's just an idea. And suddenly, November 2022, ChatGPT made it, oh my God, what is happening? Everybody wants to know. And I call it a dishwasher syndrome. You remember ever. Come COVID, we said, oh my God, there is no maid help available in India, let's start using that. And many are still sticking to it, they don't use the maid anymore, but they are still cleaning the greasy because the use case was not there earlier. Dishwashers are made specially for us, wherein they clean that. So think about it from that day-to-day use case. Do not have to use a tool where it is not supposed to be used. First of all, we thought automation absolutely required. It is required for us to, be more efficient. So immediate need is let's understand what are repetitive tasks, what needs to be done, and what can be done much faster. Computation has got really high. So why can't we use this opportunity to automate, short term, long term, all those needs? But I would just define it like that. What can be automated? What can be done faster? Use GenAI for that. If you have the data, if you have the accuracy that you can achieve, use it, but don't use it because everybody else is. And I heard one of the speakers talk about how CIOs are saying, wanting this as a business need for that. Because everybody wants an AI arm. So changing the world. It is a trend, but you stick to it and you will get benefits out of it.
That's are not good at multitasking. So if you look at autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars, the thing was that people used to talk and drive when there were accidents. So AI came in to be an enabler to what a person does. It will remain as it is for at least a foreseeable future. And that's where the philosophy and ideology of Tricentis is that AI should help you enable the tasks which you are doing, which basically means that AI will help you bring out your core competencies. As a QA tester, your core competency is to bring out a bug in a code, make sure that your code is compliant, it is which you have, and that the developers and the organization is delivering an optimum quality of code. In this entire thing, if you see Tricentis, we have Risk AI, which gives you a perspective on what you should test, rather than spreading yourself too thin. Then we have Vision AI, which can help you shift left your testing. But that in no way means that we are eliminating a tester from that equation. Even if we go beyond whatever we are doing for the next roadmap, generative AI will bring in use cases which will have autonomous test case generation. But anybody in this room who can tell me that I will give you 100 test cases through ChatGPT and OpenAI, will you be okay to pass it on as a QA and say that I am going to run these test cases without any additional level of tests? The answer would be no. So the use cases for AI will always remain as a parallel, as an assistant, and that's what Tricentis has been doing with all these co-pilots. You give me a line of code, I'll tell you how to test it. You bring in your expertise to test it and tell your organization that it is up to the mark. So that is what Tricentis has been working on.
Okay, thank you for that.
What does it mean to us? So whatever code, new functionalities, new features, this will happen. Meaning 5 years roadmaps will be realized in 1 year. So what does it mean to QE? QE will have to test all that. More code, all the QE people. Maybe all these few people also will have to leverage generative AI to cope up with the pace at which we have to work. That is one aspect. The second aspect is, like Divya has mentioned, the QE for those insurance, the generative AI insurance software. So that throws in the QE community. These software, LLM based software, is a totally different beast. It's not a rule-based workflow management software. It is a very stochastic system with a lot of undeterministic nature of whatever happens. So we have to invent new test types. Each of those test types, different test techniques, and to really apply those test techniques, maybe different type of utilities and algorithms. So QE community, we have to research them. I think the work for QE community will be worried, but don't have the ego that I will not use generative AI. That is a problem. So that's my take. I think I answered also.
Father, please. Oh, by the way, for those of you who do not know, I know Madhu very closely, so I
Be changing as a new way of working. All of us have to engage with my clients, whatever, right? So we have to evolve with the trend. Target of every quarter, I should try to get at least one badge. We talk about badges in IBM. So anything, any certification. So I think continuous evaluation of ourselves as a developer, tester, architect, whatever you are, it's important that we have to evolve because AI is everywhere. Basically,
Opportunity of your street shops, right? You're wanting delivery in 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, 9 minutes. Zepto is doing that. We tend to make use of the app and with the services, ignoring this. Look at the amount of jobs it has created for the delivery boys, right? The delivery personnel. Look at the amount of jobs it has created for the app developers, the testing community, right? Look at the data engineering. You know, data engineering is a space which is hot. Because these apps are generating data at a scale which is unimaginable. So if I were to be afraid that by going the digital way, right, I am not going to be able to sustain my community here, which is one shop in one street. Maybe I have enabled that person to seek out for opportunities, which is at a more intellectual level, right? From managing a small shop, maybe I have enabled him to think of becoming a technologist, becoming a data engineer. You know, so I would
all my life till about 2015 when I took an automation manager role and my eyes opened to the QE world, and that is where the transformation I did. So I was able to appreciate a lot more. So when I started my career, the first question they would ask is, what language can you handle? Okay, what is your proficiency? You are sitting in a place where world is at your fingertips, and I was talking to somebody while I was listening to all this was, today it is not about your job is at skill. If you are ready to upskill yourself, you are ready to think about your future, and I totally agree. I think it was Divya was telling, it is in your hands. Your career is in your hands, and I underline that. No tool, no technology.
Market teams have to reinvent the way they will take IT sciences piece to the CIOs. Very important. But then, as Anu also told, the new thing, because of this whole new type of software, I think those companies who can figure out good solutions, good test approaches, and they master some of these new test types, how to do bias testing, how to do failure testing, how to those kind of all the new of our science, you have to really quickly understand, build some think tank groups, study, innovate, invent some methods, and go to market. Otherwise, we lag. I think the pivot you told, I think is the time. If you lack, there is a problem. At least smaller IT services.
Already there's so much of risk out there. Even then we're using it, right? We see convenience, right? So because I don't know my BIN number. So that's the convenience part of it. But at the same time, so much of a risk out there, and I think so much of opportunity for, again, I would say testers to be involved in this, become an AI tester, really, and take this opportunity and look at all of these aspects and really look at how do I kind of find certain strategies and approaches, as Madhu sir said, and really identify ways to test, right, and make it really foolproof. It's important to see.
But before they come, can I also request our other speakers to join us onto the stage? Would you mind joining us on the stage? So here, if you along with Naveen, I know he's here, Naveen, and Yachitra is already there, and of course, Madhu. I believe Manoj is already there. Can we promote stage? Yeah, promote. Naveen. Mahindra. Please welcome to the stage and accept this award with a formally such a piece of paper. Thank you so much for attending this session with your questions. Right after this, we are welcoming for the stage our speakers are dedicated.
This is a very important conclave, quality engineering professionals from Hyderabad. Usually great conferences take place in Bangalore, but Qualizeal and other tool vendors have organized this. The attendance was very good. A lot of senior people have attended. There was a lot of discussions on the emerging technologies like generative AI and how it is going to shape the future of quality engineering. So a lot of discussions have happened. People who have participated very well asked a lot of questions, a lot of usefulness for all the people who have participated.
So more than people should.
So because people are worried with artificial intelligence and generative AI, it is actually changing everything in the software industry. Everyone is afraid that people may lose jobs. So one of those jobs is testing job, that is quality engineering. So those professionals have come here. So everyone is concerned that next 1, 2, 3 years, maybe a lot of people will lose jobs because a lot of work will be done by AI itself. So that is what we discussed here. We are telling them, no, they will not lose jobs, but the way they are going to do job is going to change. That is what has been kind of discussed and arrived at.
So actually more people.
Possible, but right now people are worried that maybe my job is gone. But a lot of panelists and speakers told there will be new jobs also because of this new technology.
Good name, sir.
Madhapur.
Thank you. What is today's for welcome to and QE Career 2024?
Okay, so we are organizing QE Conclave 2024. This is the second edition. Last year it was the inaugural edition. It is a community event. We are from Qualizeal and we support the QE quality engineering community in our own way with the support of our sponsors, Tricentis, Test Sigma, Digital AI and Lambda Test. So we had around 600 plus mid-senior level quality engineering professionals from all over the country attending this event, and we had a lot of an amazing panel of speakers. So we had a lot of keynotes, tech talks. So right now artificial intelligence and generative AI, it is sweeping across the world, and this event was in particular to delve into that aspect, how that paradigm shift is changing quality engineering.
So more than people.
Could you say that again? Exactly what we discussed today, because AI is something, at least generative AI is a new technology. So everybody has that question, how is it going to affect careers? How is it going to affect companies? How is it going to affect the industry? And that is what was the point of discussion today. We are, I think, as in summary, we are very hopeful. So everybody agrees that, the time to act is now. You might be a professional in the quality engineering space, or you might be a company, product or services company operating in that space, but you need to act so that you can be an early adopter, you can be a pace setter for the rest of the industry.
So what given the next generation will become?
Yeah, so we are very grateful to all the sponsors that we had. I mean, I represent Qualizil, so we are the title sponsors of this event. We also have the company of other sponsors like Tricentis, who are our platinum sponsors, and we have 3 gold sponsors in Lambda Test Sigma, and Digital AI. So it is we need. So this is an ecosystem, right? Support of everyone in the ecosystem for the community to thrive. So that's why the support of sponsors is extremely crucial. We look forward to 2025 QE Conclave and the support of even more sponsors and an even bigger event. So today there were around 600 people from different parts of the country who attended this event, and 2025 will be even bigger. So we are looking forward to that. Plus, so we had 600 plus delegates participating in this event today.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Anurup Gaurav. I am the head of marketing for Qualizil.
Thank you so much.